Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. It's me again, going live all the way from Germany. It's a different setting today. I'm not in my regular space. So I hope that this live is coming clear. And let me know if there's issues with the audio or the video, but I thought I'd do a live for today. This is still related to the previous live stream. I promised this live stream for those who watched the first live stream. So I hope that you're able to join live. And at the same time, if you're unable to join live, I hope you'll be able to watch the replay later on. So I'm on a different time zone. I'm in Germany, and right now it's 4:09 p.m. And I know that our folks in the States, who are the biggest audience for my channel, I believe we are 6 or 7 hours difference from each other. So I figured that would be 10 in the morning for you guys over there. So I hope that you're able to catch up on today's live stream. So, without further ado, just to give an introduction of today's topic, and the purpose of today's live stream is to just really talk more about, let me just fix the camera, to just really talk more about what small channels are going through, our challenges, and our basically what have we been doing in 2024 as small channels, and what I believe we could actually change in order for us to make a big difference for 2025. And just to recap, if you've not seen the first live stream about this topic, do check it out, because on that live stream you will also see the timestamp on all the videos or all the topics that we covered. And I would say it was such a successful live stream, in the sense that we were able to cover really good topics, really important topics that really resonates small channels or new content creators like myself. So, give you a quick background. My channel is turning 4 months old. And having said that, I would say I've had my fair share on feeling frustrated, disheartened, but also there's a lot of positive aspects to in my 4 month journey as a content creator. And I think ultimately the purpose of really talking about this on my live stream is to share my journey. It may resonate to you, it may be something you experience as well. But at the same time, another purpose of today's live stream is to share with you the learnings and my firsthand experience in this journey. So if you're equally new and a small channel as myself, I hope that you'll be able to watch today's live stream in order for us to basically learn about each other's journey. So let's get into my list. Let me just share with you my very first. Again, this is a part two, okay? So the continuation, but this is the first from the continuation of last live stream. I want to talk about timestamp on live video. I want to talk about timestamp on long form videos. How many of you, as new content creator, have done live stream and created a timestamp on that? How many of you have actually um, created a timestamp also on your long form videos? What I find very interesting is there was one channel, he's got about 30,000 subscribers. And so I was following this channel. I And on the channel, he was talking about a certain topic that is very interesting to me. And then I made a comment about live stream or putting a timestamp on your live stream. Now I remember the topic is about, or the topic was about live stream using your handphone or something like that. So I made my comment, and then I said that, um, the beauty about live stream is, yes, it can be lengthy, but the beauty about that is you can also create a timestamp to that. And I have been doing that on my live stream and on my long form videos. If you haven't done that, please comment and let me know. Because personally, what I want to share with you as a small channel, live stream, we know that this is a very good way to generate view hours. It's also a good avenue for you to create connection with your subscribers, whether you have a small community or a large community of subscribers. You long live stream also is a way for you to be able to really express yourself more than if you're doing a long form video because of the time. So what I wanted to share with you is, if you haven't really done any timestamp on any live stream video you've done in the past, you might want to go back on those live stream. It could be tedious if you've never done it before, but it will be worth it. I would recommend for you to timestamp your live stream, because when you do that, you're also giving your um, viewers an opportunity to understand which chapters could be meaningful for them. And it's also good for channel discovery. They would also get to know you in a different way, or really understand other topics that you could actually talk about, and they could actually find value from your channel. So this one I really highly recommend. I've been doing timestamp on my long form video and live stream. I'm on my 91 videos, and I'm glad that I've been doing that since the beginning of my YouTube channel journey, because otherwise it would really take me so much time to do it. So I hope that you're able to um, find the time to go through your channel, sorry, to your videos, your long form videos and long form videos and live stream videos, and be able to really put chapters and timestamp your videos. Another thing I want to share with you guys as a small channel is, on my timestamp, I don't just write, or I don't just put part tip 1 or tip 2 or strategy 1 or strategy 2. I really also am mindful about the chapters or the wordings I put in there, because I want to make sure that my viewers really, when they click a certain timestamp or a certain chapter, that's really within their expectation. Like when they click it, it's really what I'm talking about at that particular video or at that particular chapter. The beauty of doing timestamp is, as a new content creator, I've mentioned on my first live stream how you can create an Excel tracking or Excel. Basically you log all the topics that you've done in your videos. Please go and check out the timestamp on my last live stream about this topic, just to get an idea. Just watch one first part of that, so you'll get an idea what I'm talking about. So this is basically a a simple Excel report where you log all your videos that you have created. So I do that every time. So if I create a video, I indicate there specifically what topic. So going back to what I'm saying just now, when you actually do your timestamp on long form video and live stream, you're also able to identify, not only for your viewers, I mean, mainly your viewers would know what to expect in a live stream, because live stream can be very lengthy like this one. But if you actually really pay attention on putting a timestamp on your videos, on live stream videos, your video will have a chance to the viewers, or your viewers will give your video a chance. Even if they don't watch the entire live stream, they can say, okay, I like the chapter 1 and chapter 4 and chapter 7. Those are the three topics that she talked about in her live stream that resonates to me and that I'm interested on listening. But the rest, I don't really care. And that's okay. That's perfectly okay, right? So, get into the habit of really putting a timestamp on your live stream and long form videos because it will be worth it. And if you haven't, this is a great opportunity to prepare that for 2025. And personally, I can say that I benefit from this habit, not only from views, but also from just being organized and really having in full control of what am I putting out there and what have I not put out to the viewers in terms of topics. If you have any questions, please feel free to post your comment. Again, if you've just joined the live stream, today's topic is part two of the live stream we had last week, where we talked about um, small channel struggles and what small channels should be doing. And are ways to really create a community where we can help each other to grow, because I really believe that only small channels will help fellow small channels. It sounds really harsh, but it's true. I've experienced that firsthand, and I can tell you channels that I've personally reached out to collaborate, who has a lot of subscribers, did not even bother to entertain the idea of that, because maybe the mindset is you're small and I'm big. I don't have any benefit from you. So that's why I realized that the way to grow a small channel is to stay united with fellow small channels. We have many ways and many reasons to collaborate with other creators. I have collaborated already with one channel, and although she's bigger than me, um, she still welcomed the idea of collaborating because she see the value of what we can put out to both audience, which is her subscribers and my subscribers. So moving forward, okay? Now, the next topic I want to share with you as a small content creator, as a new channel, is reviving dead videos. Have you guys looked into your playlist? And have you looked into your playlist? Hi, hi, Servant's Heart. Glad you could join. So just to catch up on today's topic, this is a continuation of the live stream we had last time, where we talk about just how small channels should unite and how we can benefit from each other as a small community, helping one another. So the first topic again is about timestamp. Now the second topic that I want to talk about is reviving your dead videos. I personally have had this as a practice. This is my personal practice. This is my personal initiative. I check my analytics, but I have no control of that. It's very disheartening. You look at your analytics and you'll have, okay, I only have 3 views in one day, for example. And that's very, very, very disheartening. So what I focus on is the things I have control of, which is obviously my content. So I go through each of my content, making sure that all the basics are done within my knowledge, are done within my control. But at the same time, I go through each content and I would say I revive my dead content. So my definition of dead contents are contents that had been stagnant for a while, like literally not even a view extra for weeks or maybe even for months. And I have a handful of that. So if you're a small channel like mine, a new content creator like myself, we all experience this. We all go through this. So just to share with you what I do, as I believe would be my solution, Hopefully it will be a solution. But what I do is I revive each of them. So I go through my very first video. I really go back. I'm now on my 90-second video. So it's quite a lot of work. And I select my calendar now to once a week. And I go through every dead videos and I really go through again. I check the thumbnail. Okay, maybe I can redo the thumbnail, which I do. Or I change the title. I do that. I go through the description. I kind of reworded it again. And the reason for that is I know that my knowledge when I created those videos are different from the knowledge I have now. Because I believe as new content creators, we're constantly learning from mistakes, from experience, from advice, from fellow content creators where we learn new things from. I know that on the last live stream we talk about, or I shared my opinion, which is it's all recycled knowledge. It's just reworded in different formats. And there's only so much you could learn as basic and essential as a content creator. But I believe that initiatives that you do for your channel by treating your channel as a business, by treating your channel as your passion project, there's so many ways you could actually do without even learning it from other big channels, and reviving dead channel to me is also, it doesn't guarantee really that, oh, when I revive my dead channel or dead video, if I revive my dead video, there will be lots of views the next day. No, it didn't happen that way. And it's just for my mental um, sanity, I guess, that I feel like, okay, I've done something, I've adjusted this, it's kind of like I've done a lot of things for that quiet video, if not dead. And that gives me a certain motivation that at least I've done something to something I have control of. Thanks, servants. Yeah, it's a smart idea, but I think as content creator, we should really also learn from our ourselves. You can learn from other content creator. You can learn from um, I would say big channels. And I said on my previous video, I really stopped watching because it's, unless I hear something new, unless I hear something really fresh, I would, but I have not really heard anything fresh apart from them talking about this is how I made $5,000 last month from doing this on my channel, or this is how I generated 5,000 views overnight. And I'm sorry to say, I can try all those methods, but I still am very, very convinced that the reason why they get that is because of the specific niche they have, which caters to the thousands of new channels that are launched on YouTube on a daily basis. It's plain and simple because let's face it, if you're a new content creator like us, on the early days, we've watched those channels. You're not going back to those channels and contents again if you've learned already. So this is something like, okay, thanks for the learnings. I'm moving on and I'm going to learn from my mistake, or I'm going to learn from my victories. So personally, I really think that because of the nature of their niche, they're never going to run out of viewers, but they're also gonna run out of ideas very easily because there's only so much you could do. There's probably top 10 from the title to the thumbnail to description to all these other methods, little tricks that you do. But after that, that's it. So again, I digress. My point is my advice to new content creators or small channels is to also just focus on yourself, what you can actually create, and how can you be more creative. And I think reviving your dead content is also a way to try. I think it's a trial and error. And I think in my experience, I really update my thumbnail regularly. I go through those channels and then I see, okay, it's been quiet, nothing is happening with this video. So I look at it with the eyes of the viewer and I'm like, that thumbnail can do better. So I really make adjustment. I try to recreate the thumbnail. And I think if I look back to my thumbnail on my first month or my first week versus the thumbnail I make now, I can see a huge difference in terms of experience, in terms of creativity. So I now go back to those old videos and I'm like, okay, that was a very simple and basic thumbnail, right? So I think we can already agree that yes, the competition is tougher for small channels. We always kind of struggle until we get to the point where we are no longer the small channel. But the journey is gonna be so long. I can just speak for myself because even if I put out really good videos and good content and I've done all the basics, I still struggle to make it to 100 views. Struggle. Okay. And I feel as well that yeah, it's just really something we cannot control at this point. But I just remind myself that those small channels were also small channels like us. Once upon a time, they were also on their fourth month, on their third month, on their first month. So, having said that, I think I find comfort in believing that I just have to really put out all the work and control what I can control and just really look forward to my 1 year anniversary. Because I think a year is a good way to really see how far your channel has gone in terms of viewers and subscribers and watch hours. And I really learned as well that I stopped really being so painfully particular with the number of subscribers. I think I'm really more concerned about the views, the reach, the engagement, um, the time duration that they watch the video. I think those are the areas I really, really pay attention to more when I go through my analytics. Because if I have videos who had, let's say, 65 views, like my last video, I think I had like 65 views the last time I checked. 65 video views, yeah, that's really less. That's really little compared to other big channels in my niche. But never mind, I don't need to compare myself to those niche because they also have million subscribers. So my point is, I look at the views and then I go through the engagement and I go through the duration. So when I saw that with 65 views, the duration of watching that video is average of 4 minutes something, and the click-through rate is 2 point something percent, right? Not that I'm the expert to analyze this, but for my individual understanding, I figured, okay, that means the video was interesting enough. That means the video was good enough for an average view to be 4 minutes something. Thank you for the subscriber, but I also want subscribers in my channel to be the same subscribers who also benefit from my content. I really mean that. I really, really mean that. Because if I have 5,000 subscribers, for example, and only 10% of that really watches my content, I feel like it's not really maximizing the value from my channel or from my content. So while I appreciate subscribers, I really appreciate when viewers would message and say, hey, that was a very good video. Hey, I learned a lot from that video. Because keep in mind, this is my profession outside YouTube. I'm a sales coach by profession. So, the most gratifying feeling, a sales trainer or an educator, if we have subscribers who are an educator, like a teacher, a professor, or you're a trainer of some sort, you know that the most gratifying feeling is when your student or when your trainer come to you and or trainees come to you and say, thanks, I learned a lot from that, or hey, I've tried that method and I made sale from doing that. That's the best. That's the best feeling any content creator should, or I have, at least I could speak for myself. That's how I feel when I train people or salespeople and they say to me, hey, that was a very useful method and I really learned from that. So I think in order for for every small content creator, in order for us to feel less disheartened, really not focus on the subscribers, really not focus on, oh, I really need subscribers. And believe me, I feel like that at the beginning. I still feel like that when I see my subscribers has dropped by 3 subscribers overnight. But when you focus on the quality of subscribers you have, and are they actually watching the content you work so hard for, that's the gratifying feeling. That's the best feeling. Because even if you have 1,000 subscribers and you have 200 watch hours, you're still a long, long, long way to go. I'm speaking for myself, especially. So for me, not to be so caught up with, I need more subscribers. I think for me, it's like I need more reach. I need my videos to reach more viewers. And I need those viewers to be the judge if my content is worth subscribing for them. And because I know I create good content, it will not be a question anymore if I will have subscribers or not at the end of the first year. But to focus on making good contents that would really resonate to your viewers, and those viewers would really feel like, I'm so glad I discovered your channel and I'm going to subscribe whether you ask or not. How many of you guys in this live stream, fellow content creators, how many of you actually ask your subscribers on your videos or viewers on your video to say, don't forget to like and subscribe, da 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 da? How many of you religiously do that? I don't think I do that religiously because I don't really plan to ask for them to subscribe religiously. And the reason for that is I don't think we can force people or viewers to subscribe. You know what they say? They call it the call to action. While there is some purpose to that, but I really believe that we can't really change their mind if they have no intention to subscribe. Even if they watch your content, if they have no intention to subscribe, I feel like they will not subscribe. So okay, so servant's heart said sometimes. Yeah, sometimes, correct. Yeah, sometimes I ask, but I know that there are some content creators who really heavily promote that to be, you have to ask them, like somehow, like in the first 5 minutes of your video, you have to ask them to subscribe. I've subscribed when certain people have asked, and if I feel like they're genuine. Okay. Yeah, like I said, there are some really, I would say, generous viewers out there who would subscribe, um, because they feel like the content creator is genuine, you know. But I just feel like in general, I feel like in general, the bottom line here is I appreciate subscribers, I really do. But I feel like if I'm a content creator who's so caught up and who will be so stressed with the idea of, oh my God, I need more subscribers, I need more subscribers. I think to eliminate that stress or that pressure, I believe that the way to ease that stress or expectation is to really focus on how much is my video, how far does it reach. And I think moving on to the next point I want to talk about is related to how I'm ending this sentence. How far does my video reach? So okay, let's talk about SEO. Any of you have any experience with SEO? Please let me know. How many of you have been reached by random people saying, hey, I've watched your video? They even send you a screenshot of one of your videos and say, I'm an SEO expert, I can help you with your channel, and let me know. So I'd never participated and never entertained any of them because of the scam. And I don't think that this is something legal, or maybe not legal is not, maybe legal is not the word I'm looking for. Maybe I'm talking about, I don't think this is a legitimate practice, for these random people checking videos of new content creators, and they know we are desperate to reach the pinnacle of content creating. And so they go And yes, ethical, correct. Thanks for that word. Sorry, English is my second language. But yeah, so it's yeah, I agree. It's ethical is a term for that. And I believe that SEO, if you have any experience with SEO, right? I have done so many methods on my tags and so many different methods on my description. So they talk about how tags should be SEO friendly. So if you have any opinion on that, please share to our community. So SEO friendly means you don't just write the word. For example, my niche is sales. I shouldn't just put sales. In fact, I should put something like how to make sales in 2025. So between that or just the keyword, I've played around with both. I've played around with many. I shuffled so many ways to connect the word sales and make it into a phrase, make it into a sentence, make it into a keyword in order for me to trigger the SEO. Did it make a lot of difference with my 90 something videos? I can say I am not really sure because my views are still average on below 100 per video. Applying and experimenting on all these SEO things. Because if I hire an SEO expert, as he say he could deliver a very good way to change my SEO, and he say guaranteed your videos will spike up. How else can he actually improve ways to tag and to describe what's in that particular video or what's my channel about? How do you do your SEO, guys? Can you share what do you write on your how do you do your SEO? Because I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right or what I have not done yet. But I feel like I've done the sentence, I've done the phrase, I've done the three words, I've done keywords. And I've also used tag names of my competitors because they said if you use your fellow competitors within your niche, you have a chance to be discovered. And no, I don't think that has ever worked for me. And I'm talking about related to my tip earlier, which is reviving your dead videos. I've done that on my dead videos. And I go way back. I go on my first video in September. Nothing happened. So my take on SEO, while there is some truth to that, I do believe that the advantage of big channels is plain and simple. And I hope that YouTube would change this for 2025 for the benefit of small channels like us. I believe that YouTube has always put channels who are successful, channels that have a lot of views, channels that have a lot of subscribers, they are always on top. And it's a cycle that cannot be broken anymore because all these channels are always going to be on top, whatever niche, whatever niche. Look at your competitors. They will always be on top. Like when I search on YouTube, for example, sales tips, my video will be all the way down. And the same videos, same big channels will be on the top all the time. Even if I say communication skills, even if I say telemarketing skills, those big channels will always be on the top and they will always be on the top, unfortunately. So it's something that they kind of like can't get out of it anymore. They cannot get out of being big channel because YouTube already placed them up there. So I'm really hopeful that in 2025, YouTube would change this. I heard they are starting to use small channels as a kind of priority, if you may, to be on the top search, the small channels like ours. But I still don't see that significantly happening because when I search, I still see my competitors, the same competitors who, by the way, who have created videos 5 years ago. or 3 years ago, and they're still up there. So check, let me know what about your competitors if you've checked, if there's any of them whose video has been that old and still on the top search as selected by YouTube. So servant's heart, my views are too low to really know how SEO affects my channel yet. Yes, that's true. That's true. But I believe that SEO is YouTube. You know, this is a very argumentable point I've just said. SEO is YouTube because I have done so many SEOs. I've done so many. I've said that earlier, and I still did not get anywhere near anything. I still have the same views. I still have the same, I'm in the same place no matter what I've done. And that goes back to my conclusion, which is I can never make it on the top search because millions and millions of views or millions of subscribers. So, moving on to the next point. So, now I want to talk about your financial goal as a small channel outside monetization. I'm a small channel. I'm a small business owner. I've just set up my sales coaching courses. My website is in the works. It's going to be done soon. So, my goal outside YouTube, that's why I want to talk about this because let's face it, reach 4,000 watch hours. I find that finding 1,000 subscribers is a lot easier than the 4,000 hours view. Thousands of views before you can make some form of monetization. So it doesn't mean like you reach monetization, you reach your 4,000 hours, 1,000 subscribers, that you're already as rich as those guys, right? So what I want to talk about to my fellow small content creators is what are your financial goals? What are your business goals before you get monetized on YouTube and after you get monetized on YouTube? Is there anything that you do outside YouTube where you also use YouTube as your vehicle to promote your brand and your business? And the reason why I'm adding this as a topic for today's live stream is because I want us to find encouragement and discover as well what other talents and skills you have that you can actually showcase on YouTube and you can actually make a business out of in the long run. So feel free to share on the comment section. If you're also a small business owner, I have just recorded small business owner sales tips today. I will just edit it tonight and it should be published the day after tomorrow, just to give this live stream a bit of a space. That topic was requested on the community section, a community tab of this channel as well, where we had some folks requesting for me to talk about sales tips for small business owners. So that's why I came to this list as well, because I feel like if we can actually really understand the nature of our channel and find ways to really make something out of the channel, not just focusing on the heavy pressure of subscribers, views, watch hours, it wouldn't hurt to also ponder on, is there any other things or is there anything I could actually offer on my channel that eventually I could make into a small business? Maybe you can write a book. Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you are a retired teacher, or maybe you are, you are in certain industries where in the past before YouTube, you have a certain profession in the past, or you have some skills, that you would actually like to convert into some kind of small business using YouTube. I think that's something worth considering and reflecting on as well as a small YouTube or a small channel. Now, another topic, guys, is to niche or multiple niche. Okay. So, like for myself, um, this is something I'm also learning as I go in this YouTube journey. When I created my channel, I was fully aware of my niche, which is, like I said earlier, which is related to my profession for 25 years. But another question I have, which I hope you guys are also able to share with me your input as well. Have you actually thought about recreating your niche or adding a second channel in your channel? Because I feel that you have your niche, specific niche, but I also feel like if it's quite stagnant, I find that my channel is quite stagnant, to be very honest with you. My views are very predictable, you know. I have few big videos, but I've never really went viral in the sense where it's really reach the height that where it should be, in my opinion. I'm just being honest about my channel. And I thought about, okay, maybe small channels can also consider creating another niche within the niche, or kind of like sub niche, or also something like adding a second channel in your channel. For example, just adding a vlog channel, experimenting on another channel in your channel. Because we can create multiple channels or multiple playlists, sorry, multiple channels in our channel, within our channel. So I thought about that sometimes, like, okay, or I've been like at least contemplating on that. And then I thought, okay, if I am not really getting um, the success that I was expecting for this channel, I'm still going to work on these videos. I'm still going to do my training videos. But I also was thinking about experimenting on creating a second channel where it's a different tone. It might be a vlog, it would be a travel video, or it could be another set of videos that I can create related to other things that I'm passionate about. So, have you actually thought about um, maybe I should consider making another niche or creating a sub niche within my niche in my channel? So, Servant's Heart, she said, I plan to write workbook study guides to go along with some of my deep dive Christian content. I think that's a great idea. I think if you plan to write workbook study guides to go along with some of your deep dive Christian content, I think that's a great idea. Because I think as new channels, we just really need to experiment. I think experiment is the word, because like I said, I really doubt that the journey to compete with big channels will be any easy. But if you really focus on yourself and really understand what else I could actually make out of myself, out of my brand, out of my channel, out of my knowledge, out of my experience, out of my niche, I think there's more room to grow, not just by subscribers, not just by views, not just by the hours, but also by your brand and what you can make out of this in your channel, or using YouTube as your vehicle to promote your small business. And this is so timely. I appreciate your comment there, Servant's Heart. I hope it's inspiring to other content creators in this community as well to discover what else do you have? What else do you have in you that you haven't really put out, and make something beautiful out of? And this is related to the videos that I've recorded earlier before I went live stream. I created two parts of small business or strategies for small business videos, because that is very related to this topic right now on this live stream. So if you're looking at creating a workbook study, go for it. Really, there's this really something you're passionate to do. This is something you really like to do. I would just do it, really, because this is considered a small business project for you. By creating a workbook, you could sell it online. You can distribute it to Amazon, to Kindle, and many others, and you could make a living out of this eventually. And hear me out here. This could be your stepping stone to promoting your YouTube channel to a different market and creating a buzz from outside YouTube. And then they just become your subscriber. They just start watching your videos. You start generating watch hours from these people outside YouTube. This is what I'm thinking about with my website. So I've just finished my website for my sales coach courses. I'm offering 11 courses there. I will share you guys the link once it's all done. They're just polishing the landing page and stuff like that. Once that's done, I'll share it to you guys. You can have a look. But my point here is, when I created that website, I am very aware of my plan that I will create a traffic between YouTube and my website, where both of them will discover me and use me from one to the other. So, for example, I would find clients who discovered me from my website. And of course, on my website, I have already integrated my YouTube channel. And of course, if they discover me and they like my sales coaching, they would discover my channel, and that would spread to many others within that community that I generated from the website. And they would just obviously start subscribing, watching my videos, and so on and so forth. Does that make sense to you guys? So, same thing with Servant's Heart. It could be your workbook study. You could find a community or multiple communities from that initiative where you can generate viewers and subscribers just from doing that. I think the idea is to really getting out of the YouTube platform in terms of depending on who's going on YouTube and who's clicking your video. While that is extremely important and still the significant role for every channel to grow, but as small channels, we need to go out there and really find other ways for us to be discovered and other ways for our channel to be recognized. Servant's Heart, I'm going to do these studies regardless. So sharing them on YouTube is even better. It's evergreen. I love that. Evergreen has always been my motivation on my channel as well. I believe that when your content is evergreen, and I've said this before, I've said this in one of my videos before, or maybe on the last live stream. I believe that evergreen contents, they really progress very slow, but it will never grow old. We may not be active on YouTube anymore years from now, and there would still be people discovering your channel because your content is evergreen. In the case of Servant's Heart, obviously, I do agree that the audience takes time to discover your channel. But once they get to know your channel and see, hey, there's a lady who reads Bible scriptures and something very, interesting, and something also very interested, and I love listening to Bible readings, and there's this lady who does that, and so now I follow her channel. So yeah, I think we can agree to the fact that evergreen channels, it really takes time to progress and to be discovered. Very, very slow. She said, yeah, I agree. Same for me. I really feel like it's really disheartening, but at the same time, as we talk about ways and different approaches to ease the pain, if you may, and to just find ways to improve, not just within YouTube, but also from outside YouTube and we bring them into YouTube. So I hope you enjoyed that last or the previous topic or the previous tip that I've just shared with you guys. So now I just also want to talk about second channel. Have you actually thought about creating a second channel? Because I have been considering about that as well, but I also want to be so authentic. I want to do, if I'm going to create a second channel, I want to be so authentic, meaning I really would like to do the topic, or that's really something I have a lot to give. This is really something I'm interested in and I'm passionate about. So maybe this is something small channels can also look into if you feel that your channel, like my channel, and Servant's Heart, as she said, is very, very slow in terms of progressive, or progression. So really ask yourself again, this is something very individual. This is a personal decision. This is a personal choice. If you will be someone who could be interested on, okay, 2025, should I go for my second channel? Or self-reflect on what other subtopics or sub-niche within your niche that you could be interested on in terms of creating a second channel. Now, another thing I want to share with you is, what do you think of algorithm? Algorithm, they defined it as the audience. Many of them would say algorithm is the YouTube audience. Okay, to a certain extent, maybe. And some of them also say algorithm is what YouTube automatically select, based on what the viewers are searching. And if the viewers are searching for a specific niche and you happen to be that niche, and then they connect you to each other. So there's an element of, okay, that's correct, algorithm is the people. There's also a certain element of algorithm is what YouTube select based on how I created my title, my description, my thumbnail, and it will be distributed to the right people on YouTube who's searching for that specific topic. Now here's my devil's advocate for you guys. This is what I've been thinking about. If that is the case, okay, if that is the case, how come? Hi, Isabella. How nice of you to join. Hi, hi. So yeah, so we're talking about algorithm right now, right? My devil's advocate is, if it's really true that algorithm is based on what the viewers are searching, that is somewhere somehow related to how I put my description, related to how I niche my channel from thumbnail to title, how come I'm still not progressing like those huge channels? Even if I copy and paste the tags of my competitors and put it on my tag, I don't gain a single view from doing that. Even if I reworded the topic of my competitor very similar to how I title my specific video, there is no way I gain a single subscriber from doing that. So what are your thoughts on algorithm? How do you define algorithm based on your channel, based on your experience? Because for me, I really doubt that algorithm has to do with, oh, if you just do the good title, do the good description, do the good thumbnail, and so on and so forth, SEO, all these things. I really doubt that, really, because it's nothing happened to me. Nothing has happened to me. There was nothing so explosive that happened to my channel after 92 videos, and I've done all of this. So Isabella is saying the algorithm is designed to prioritize content that viewers find relevant and engaging. So creating valuable, authentic content is key to growing on YouTube. This is how it defined, but I doubt that. Agree 100%. 92 videos from me can conclude that I've done so many adjustments, and I've mentioned that Isabella earlier on at the beginning of today's live stream. I've done a lot of initiative to revive my dead videos. I redo my thumbnails, my title, my description. I redo all of them religiously, and I watch them like a hawk. Like, okay, videos I've done on my first month, I go through it and I reposition it. I reword the tags. I redone the thumbnail. I redone the title. Nothing's changed. And even to the extent of copying the tags and keywords of my competitor just to test if I would at least have some movements in my channel, there's nothing. So what is algorithm really? They said now the other definition is the people, is the viewer. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, okay, there's a handful of regular subscribers in this channel that I am very much in touch with because they also religiously reach out. And please reach out to this community because if you're a small content creator, like I said at the beginning of my video, big channels don't care about us. They don't. I've reached out to a few and offered collaboration based on the fact that I believe there's something me and that person have a lot in common or a lot to give, and I was ignored completely. And it's literally someone who has 30,000 views versus someone who has 30,000 subscribers versus someone like me who's 1,000 subscribers. And that to me is like, okay, what are you thinking? You are nobody, you're nothing. Big channels don't really give a damn about small channels. They don't. They want you to view them. They want us to view them. They want us to subscribe to them. They want us to support them on the comment section. They want us to flood them with views and hours. But try approaching them and say, hey, I'm one of your subscribers. I believe we have something to collaborate with for the viewers and for the growth of both channels. What are your thoughts? Slam the door and ignore you. They don't really give a damn. They don't. So, like I said, so now it's Morning Sunshine. They keep showing me other channels. I'm not interested. Sorry, let me go back to that. There is something weird going on as well. Even I made sure that those channels that I subscribe to show up, they don't. I have to play the game of where's Waldo. Okay, they keep showing me other channels I'm not interested in. I want to talk about this, Isabella, because let me tell you this. Um, I don't know about you when you go to your YouTube studio, you can see the watch time and total hours. I feel like nothing has changed for me for days and weeks. So I'm thinking maybe there's a delay of uploading the actual hours. There's a delay in terms of the actual views. But I have had pretty much no movement on my views and watch hours. And that makes me question, is it really that bad? You know, is it really that bad that hold on. Is it really that bad that I don't really have any movements? So to your point, Isabella, there's something weird going on as well. All the channels I subscribe to personally, I always click the notification because I want to be notified by these channels. I do that. And I don't get notified, to be honest. Sometimes I do. Generally, there's a handful of channels in my every channel, okay? Every channel, every subscriber in my channel, I subscribe back and I view when they post something. And I'm the first to comment. And I'm the first to check out what you have. It's my way of showing support. It's my way also of understanding how that means to small channels. I do that a lot. Yeah, Isabella, you know that I do that. High tech informant. So, but I feel like I have to make an effort to go through each channel and say, okay, did this channel have a new content? But I'm not sure because I have clicked all of them as notify when there's a new video release, and it's nothing. It's not help. It's not doing that for me. So, yeah, maybe something is going on with YouTube. So just keep checking on the channels that you support and keep supporting, especially small channels. Um, Oh my gosh, yes, same here. I know for a fact that people are watching my videos. Yeah, so I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, just to continue on with the topic for today, right? So now the algorithm. So we have I really don't know how to deal with algorithm anymore. It's the most some of them said, is this like some kind of um a superhero figure that none of us would really know what this YouTube algorithm is up to in terms of really being in control of who's to position on top of the search, you know? So, okay, hold on. So, Isabella, to your comment on collaboration with other creators, when I started my channel after going down all rabbit holes, I discovered that collaborating would be great for building community, but not everyone is interested in that. Yeah, I do agree on that. I think, like I said earlier, if I can be brutally honest, I think big channels doesn't really care about small channels, and that's what it is. Collaborating, I've collaborated with Isabella. We had a very good interview. She had more subscribers than me. She's got more viewers than me, and I think we had something really interesting to talk about, and so we collaborated. And it's now a community between me and her. You know, like she'd post stuff on her community about my whatever live stream that was interesting for her, and she shared it to her community because her community might have small content creators and it could benefit them. So like I said, I think small channels should really come together and should really unite, because to grow, we really need to depend on each other. And I'm not just talking about views and subscribers. I'm really not talking about that. I think just like today's live stream, it's just really to go online and hear someone talk about your pain, talk about the same sentiments you go through. But this is not a whinge fest. I don't do live stream just to whinge away. I do live stream about this topic to really understand what else outside YouTube, what else outside what we know that we can still discover, that we can try to do in order for us to get through the disheartening stages and really see if we can really focus on the areas we have control of and make it happen in 2025. And many of you who's just joined now, at the very beginning of the video or the live stream, there's some certain topics there. As usual, I would put the timestamp. So when you get to see the video again tomorrow or later in the evening, just have a look on the timestamp and say, okay, I missed this part on this live stream. Is there anything interesting from me? Then you can select what chapter you would like to look into. So, okay, so now again, I want to talk about um, Facebook community. Okay, how many of you have actually joined Facebook community for small channels? I'm not sure how many are out there, but I have created one just to create a community of small channels outside YouTube. The purpose of that, okay, Isabella said she is great. I think the purpose of considering joining Facebook community outside YouTube is for you also to connect, find collaboration. And it's not, I don't think it's a wrong thing to look for collaboration. I don't think it's a bad thing to look for collaboration. I don't think it's, you can define that as, oh, you need something from me. Because if you've been down that road, if you've experienced the pain of small channels, you would never look at the small channels that way. At least that's that's the good heart I have in me. Even if I reach, let's say, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 subscribers for myself, right? And then there's a new channel who'd come to me and say, hey, do you mind collaborating with me? I've got ideas as well. And if I see that this person has also a lot of knowledge to share, I would never look at that person like, okay, no, I don't want to collaborate with you. You're a small channel. Because for me, it's like I know the pain. I know the experience and the trouble of every small channel, what they go through, in order for them to um, be even accommodated. Again, when I collaborated with Isabella, for those of you who have not seen that, she has a different, her channel talks about more psychological stuff. My channel is about sales. So when we collaborated, we did not necessarily put pressure on your topic should be the same as my topic, or our topic should be close to each other, or our niche should be aligned with each other. That was not the intention of that. I think the intention of us collaborating was we were so mindful about, okay, let me introduce you to my community, and perhaps something about your knowledge, something about your um, ideas could actually resonate to some of my subscribers, and vice versa for me. I don't know how many in my small community would be interested on something psychology related topics, um, mindset topics, framework, and all that. Then, but they're welcome to check out Isabella's channel. We have some content creators in the channel who read Bible scriptures every day. Be my niche, it may not be, but the idea is to really just help each other to grow. And this is just my take. It doesn't cost me a dime to do that. It will not cost me anything to do that for a smaller channel than me. But it would feel good for me to do that because I know the pain, I know the struggle. And I think small channels in general, if we have this mindset of really supporting, not just by the subscriber, not just by liking the video, but just really, hey, it doesn't cost me anything to give you my advice, or it doesn't cost me anything to feature your channel on my channel. And for those subscribers that are in my channel, you know that I'm so open in my community that you please promote your channel. Please find someone to collaborate with. And I think the most important element to that is to really make small channel creators like myself to feel less disheartened. It's a community. Are you part of any community outside YouTube? We have people like church community, we have people from here in Singapore, we even have the Salvation Army community, we have some foundation for disabled children community. There's so many communities outside YouTube. And if you are a part of that community, then you know what I'm talking about, finding collaboration with other small channels. It's not the, oh, you get my subscriber, or you get the likes, you get the views. For me, those are secondary, because it doesn't mean that we collaborate, that your subscribers will subscribe to mine. Let's be clear with that. When I collaborated with Isabella, she had thousands and thousands of subscribers. It did not affect my subscribers in the way that you would say, oh, she just want to get subscribers from her. You can't control that, guys. You cannot. But the feeling of being welcome and being able to share community within your community, outside your community, it's a great feeling, because as small channels, like I said earlier, we feel the pain, we feel the journey, we feel the how we celebrate that little extra view, that little extra like, that little extra comment. So that's what I mean by community. That's nothing to do with let's share subscribers, or let me take your subscribers, because you cannot do that. Even if I collaborate to you, I cannot really force my subscribers to subscribe to yours, and vice versa, right? So it's not really about that. It's really purely how we can create a community of supporting each other and sharing what works for you like which I've done on the last live stream and I'm doing on today's live stream. Before I carry on, I just want to read John Daniels. Oh, hi, John. He said, thank you everyone for being here. Love to be back, appreciating what Majoy is doing. Hi, Dan. Hi, John. Hope it's not so cold where you are. Um, just a sidebar, I'm in Germany right now, guys. So, second day in Germany, super jet lag and super cold. Coming from Singapore, so I'm just here for a Christmas holiday family visit. So, change of setting for the viewers. But I've recorded two videos today for small business owners and sharing my strategies using the sales strategies. And I think you guys should watch that as well, because if you have small business outside YouTube, I've got tips for you that are very, very good and very valuable as well. Okay. Okay, tech informant. Depending on big channels for your channel's growth, in my own opinion, is a wrong way to go. You'll eventually be disappointed. So what do you mean by that? Sorry, I didn't understand it. Depending on big channels for your channel's growth. Yeah, you don't depend on them, correct? You don't depend on other channels. And just, sorry, in my opinion, is the wrong way to go. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, just to clarify that, tech, thanks for your comment, tech informant. I think that the idea of depending on big channels is not the right way to go. And that's not really the intention of collaborating. Like I said earlier, it's because even if I collaborate with you, I can guarantee you your subscribers will not subscribe to mine if they don't have any value of my channel. I have a sister who is a YouTube content creator. She has a different content. She's more on Bible studies content, just to let you know. She's been on YouTube for many, many years. We never talk about each other's channel because we're aware that her subscribers would not care about my channel because of the content, the nature of my content. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's the same. I consider her as a big channel because she's been around for many years. She's monetized and all these things. She's got a lot of business from her YouTube channel. But I don't dare to expect that even if we collaborate, even if she shout out my channel to her subscriber, that her channel would say, or her subscriber would say, oh, let me join Majoy. So I agree to you that we cannot depend on big channels, and it will be very disappointing. But the idea of collaborating with channels is not to depend on subscribers or any of that, because you cannot really force your subscribers to do that. But the idea of you feel supported, you feel like you're welcome. I mean, how many of you would appreciate if a big channel would shout out about your channel? This is what vidIQ is doing. If you've watched one of vidIQ's most recent video, I followed vidIQ. I subscribed to vidIQ's 1-year membership to help me out with my channel, all this fun stuff that they help you with your channel, right? And they recently posted a video about what was the topic? Okay, who do you want us to shout out your channel? Or do you want us to feature your channel? How many of you have seen that on vidIQ? It's a good initiative. I really applaud vidIQ for doing that. Does it benefit them? Not really, in terms of subscribers and view, because they're already talking to their own viewers. But they help small channels to be recognized, to have that little attention, but they also cannot guarantee to those channels and say, hey, I'm vidIQ, I feature you to my video, and then I have 2 million subscribers, you're gonna get 1 million subscriber, right? You understand what I'm trying to say here? So something like what vidIQ is doing to me is very respectable, because it doesn't benefit them. It's not something they need to do anymore. But there's other big channels who don't do that, and that's perfectly normal. You can do whatever you want with your channel. But I respect channels like that who are so big, yet they don't mind to give attention to small channels, because they've been there, done that. They've experienced what we're experiencing. So if you've never watched that video of vidIQ, check it out. It's actually really commendable, in my opinion, as a small channel, that they do something that they don't have any benefit from, but they help small channels to be recognized. So shout out to vidIQ. Good job on doing that. Um, Not everyone is on that same mindset. And I love that you're all about building community. You must be freezing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Isabella. I mean, not everyone is on the same mindset. I agree. That's why when I talk about what vidIQ is doing, not other multi-million or big channels or semi-big channels are on the same mindset as them. And yeah, unfortunately, there are some channels who think that way towards other small channels. um, my mindset is so simple. It doesn't cost me a dime. It's not going to make me poor to do these small things of helping other small channels. If I have to shout out your channel, I would be happy to do it, but I'm not a big channel. So I could just only say, hey, please chat away on the community tab, promote each other on the community tab, find collaboration on the community tab. I'm totally cool with that, because that helps you and you help each other. You've done really good for your life. I think that makes my YouTube channel even more important than just creating content. I look at it as I've made something better than creating a content where I'm seeking for likes, subscribe, and view hours. But I think this is more meaningful part of this content creating as small channel creators. John Daniels, my joy, you are the I am Warma of Singapore, holding people's hand and supporting them. I am Warma is a YouTuber from my motherland, Kenya, and as a kind as Majoy. Oh, thank you, John Daniels. It's not freezing at the moment, but I'm keeping warm. Thanks for asking. Yes, again, like I said, we just need to keep supporting each other. That's all we can do. And we don't know how long we're going to be on YouTube, all of us. I don't know the statistics, but I don't know how much is the average of new young YouTuber or new channels quit in less than a year. So it's really that the turnover or the statistics of dropouts, if you may, is very high. So what can I do? I might as well just share my community amongst my community. So that's all I can really do, because if they like my video, if somebody discovered my channel, they like my video, they like my content, they will take my sales coaching business, they will take my sales coaching courses from my website, and it's a business. But YouTube as well is a vehicle for me to promote my business. And if along the way there will be content creators that I became friends with online and you build good community, then that's actually really a great thing as well, because no one can predict our journey on YouTube, how successful or how far we can all go. There are a lot of people who watch my content regularly but do not subscribe. Yes, I think, can you guys, I think we can all agree on this. Everyone in this live stream today. If you look at the numbers of general channel, let's say if a channel has 300,000 subscribers, right? You would see that the likes on that particular channel for one video would be a couple of hundreds, and the number of views would be, let's say, less than 100. And the subscribers, I think that, I'm sorry, but I'm just pulling out numbers from my head as an example. But I believe that in general, subscribe people really don't subscribe. We experience that. I believe, I mean, look, if you have, I have 300 views, for example. I have one video with 360 something views. That was the biggest views in my playlist, and that was my very first video. I don't think I generated those subscribers from that video alone. But my point is, I agree, Isabella, that a lot of people watch our videos, but not many of them subscribe, because this is also a bit of frustration for me with YouTube. I feel that the views are more significant and important than subscribers in terms of the count. So I feel that um, to a certain extent, I'm just thinking, okay, how about if they say, okay, in 2025, subscription, automatically you're subscribed if you've watched a certain channel, or a certain content that you've watched a couple of times, or I don't know. I'm just playing in my mind right now because that's also my frustration or everyone's frustration. Um, I'm behind that. I've not seen that. I follow them as well. Yeah, check out the vidIQ, when they shout out to small channels and they feature them to their channel and live stream. They feature all of them on the live stream. I've watched it, I've listened to it, and how they inspire me to present channels, that needed help and that doesn't cost them anything. Isabella, I spent months with only 3 subscribers and still shouted out channels and will continue to do so and will continue to collaborate. Building community is important to me. Yes, I believe that that's the only great thing we can do. So, speaking of subscriber, let's talk about how many subscribers you lose in a day. Do you have dropouts? Do you experience in the morning you check your YouTube studio and then you see, oh my God, 5 subscribers dropped out, or I lost, I don't know, 10 subscribers the last 3 days. Do you guys experience that? Because I have, and it's not a pleasant feeling. It's also a very disheartening feeling to see that, subscribers do drop out, and makes you wonder why. Why did you unsubscribe on my channel? Yes, and I think if you have quite a bit, that might have been bots that subscribe and YouTube remove them. You know what? Yeah, that's a good point, Isabella. And please comment down below. I realized that there's also the YouTube bots, So I don't know. It's something with beyond our control as well. That is what I've discovered through my research. Okay. Well, let's see. I really have no facts to back up that, so I can't really speak for that, but I just feel like it's really disheartening to suddenly lose subscribers, for no apparent reason. So it's very disheartening, guys. We're all in the same boat. Again, doesn't matter if I have 1,000 subscribers. Losing a subscriber to me is something that I learned to manage in terms of my mindset to it. Like, oh, maybe my channel doesn't serve the person anymore. But it can also be at the beginning when you see that, it's like it's really disheartening. It's like, what have I done wrong? What did I do wrong? I've been doing my best. That's kind of the feeling I think we all have. Yeah. And then John Daniels, I could have oh, I could have hit 500 scrub yesterday, but 9 vanished. Yeah, the unsubscribe is real. It's really disheartening. And to be honest, for me, I don't remember unsubscribing. In fact, when I go to my subscription list, sometimes I'm like, who is this? What is this thing that I subscribed 2 years ago? Oh, it's a baking something or something I subscribed years ago. I was into British royal documentary a couple of years ago during COVID, and I saw that it's still there. So my point is, to me, to consciously unsubscribe, um, there has to be a valid reason. Like maybe this channel is producing content that are foul or unprofessional or rude. That's probably the only time I would mindfully unsubscribe. But it's real. We go through that, guys. Doesn't matter how big or small your channel is. The only difference is the big channels, if they have unsubscribe numbers, it's just numbers for them. Unlike for small channels, unsubscribe members, or when we see unsubscribe, we feel the pain very easily, because it's really not just the number, but the feeling of, okay, am I gonna grow? Is this my limit? Is this really my maximum level? Do you think you know what I'm trying to say here? So it's not so much about, oh, I'm 500, like John Daniel said. I could have been 500, but 9 vanished. I don't think it's got to do with so much about I should have been 500, because you're still not monetized at 500, right? But the feeling of, oh, why are these people don't like me anymore? You know, is this really my limit? Is this really how far I can go? And I feel that myself when I lose subscribers, Isabella, when you get the thumb downs on a video. Yeah, this one. You know what? Let's talk about that. I don't pay attention on that. I don't, because it could be a hater from work, someone who didn't like me from work. It could be someone who, yeah, just maybe someone who knows me and didn't like me and then just did that, because there's always going to be a Karen somewhere, somehow in our lives, who we had an argument with, who didn't like us, or yeah. So I'm totally okay with that, because I think that YouTube doesn't really care so much about that, unless the number is significant. Unless, let's say your video, let's say it's 100% like that, then you say, okay, then you start probably to kind of really worry about it. But I feel that if it's just like a couple of thumbs down, just don't take it seriously, in my opinion, because I feel like it could be someone who just a person who just have nothing better to do but to give a thumbs down to a video produced with passion and no malice, and just whoever this Karen is. And when you really work hard on a video and think to yourself, yes, this is going too well, and then it doesn't. Yeah, guys, we all have these videos that we produced where you feel like, okay, how many of you felt like this? You recorded a video, you publish, and you feel to yourself, this is a great video. That I made a very, very good video. It's got to kick ass. It's gotta be so big. It's gonna be my viral video. How many of you experienced that? I've experienced that. I think my last video, the viral video, be viral or something, go viral in sales. My last video, I felt like that was gonna be the viral moment for myself, but it didn't. So, try again next time. I guess we just have to keep trying and creating and creating and creating. So yeah, that was funny to for you to say that, Isabella. That's how exactly I felt recently on my last video. Which one did you say? Oh, I did not think about that aspect. Thank you for saying that. Which one, Isabella? Sorry, I'm talking too much. I just want to understand, what did you mean by I did not think about that aspect? Which aspect was I talking about that you recognize? So yeah, I mean, I think, for those of you who joined at the beginning of, today's live stream, I also talked about the niche. Just for the benefit of those who just joined later or just now, I just want to talk about the niche. So I would call myself as a struggling small channel. Okay, struggling because I hardly have views every day, right? So sometimes I think about, or lately I've been thinking about, is this really the right niche for me? Or should I actually create another channel where I sub niche from my niche, just to test if I would finally find that magic formula to be discovered in YouTube and be successful? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about your niche? Have you actually really thought about your niche? Is it, or have you actually questioned, is the reason for my channel not to go big is because I am using the wrong niche? Have you ever actually felt that way? And if so, what are your thoughts about re-niching yourself for 2025? Do you believe that our niche should be specific? When I say specific, it's like, okay, my niche is, let's say, baking. So I'm not doing cooking. I'm not cooking, talking grilling. I'm not talking um, making desserts, making starters, but I'm purely baking or cooking, whatever. So have you actually thought about that? Have you thought about maybe your niche is not really is really is perhaps the hindrance for your channel to take off? Or have you actually thought about creating a second channel? How old is your channel? Comment down below. How old is your channel? And by asking how old is your channel is also probably for me is my way to gauge whether maybe it's time to rebrand my channel. Maybe it's time to re-niche my channel. So Isabella said, YouTube says that it rewards creators who focus on one or a few topics because the algorithm categorizes and recommend your videos. Yeah, I read that somewhere. But again, if you know my channel, guys, if you know my channel, you know that my channel is super focused on the niche itself. Like it's purely the topic is purely within sales, and there's a little subtopics, but it comes down to sales. But did algorithm ever rewarded me for that? I haven't received the reward. I haven't received the memo of invitation that I'm finally on the top search, or I'm finally over 50 views on an average per video. So it can be disheartening also for us who create really good videos when we are not really rewarded in terms of placement on algorithm, on where when we are finally up there, when those viewers who's been watching the same big channels would actually know about us. Because I think that the only thing we need is discovery. The only thing small channels really need is to be discovered. And that's the toughest part, because the only thing that has control of this is YouTube. You can create all the best content. You can title, description, thumbnail, SEO. You can do all of this. You can hire the most expensive SEO specialist. But I highly doubt if they would really make a big difference to me being placed on top of that. And I just feel that algorithm can be very funny in a way that it's almost like I want to send an email to the algorithm and say, "Hi, please check my videos, see the value in my video, and start recommending this to the people following this content or this niche." And I guarantee you, those you recommend these videos to who are interested in sales would give you more views and watch hours if you will just recommend my videos like how you recommend those big channels. That's exactly how I feel. Almost 5 months, and so funny you are bringing this up because I've spent the weekend thinking about this. Yeah, it's about, you need to reflect. We need to reflect on where we are, and if it's not moving, I think this is the salesperson in me as well. Salespeople, the way we operate is very, we don't waste time. Anyone in sales here, salespeople, we don't waste time because time is of the essence to us. And a salesperson in me is always going to reflect on how I am as a content creator. And by saying that, I really reflect on, okay, it's been, because when I was in sales, I would be like, okay, I haven't really reached my quota for a month. So I really talk to myself, okay, it's been a month, Majoy, you've not hit your target. Yes, you're making sales, but you've not reached the target. What are you going to do next? What are the changes you need to do? Is this really a product that suits you to sell? Is this really matching your selling skill, or it's time to move on? So applying that to myself now as a content creator, I also question myself, like, is this really the niche that works for me? Is this really the niche that actually caters or reach? I would say it caters, but it reach. Does it really reach the right audience or the right viewers? And at this point, only YouTube has control of this, unfortunately, guys. Let me just read this quickly. I was even thinking of creating a completely different channel, but you know what kept coming into my thoughts? We are evergreen channels. Yes, Isabella, that's exactly what Servant's Heart mentioned at the beginning of the live stream. She was at the beginning of the live stream, really at the very, very beginning, and we talked about this. And she just had to exit because she had to pick up her grandkids. But yeah, she mentioned that also on the topic evergreen. Anyone here whose channel is evergreen, I just have one thing to say. I think we need to celebrate the fact that evergreen is a channel that takes a long time to take off. The progression is very slow, but at the same time, I believe that even if we're not doing videos anymore, it's still going to be videos that will be searched by people who are looking for content that resonates to them because they are evergreen. So, what are evergreen contents? Or basically, what are the non evergreen contents? I think non-evergreen content would be showbiz or gossip channels, right? Because it's good and it's hot and there's viewers and it goes viral, but people will no longer revisit that video months and years from now. Right? Unlike evergreen content, these are the content that takes time to take off, but at the same time, these are the content that really pays off. It's just really a matter of hanging in there, really sticking around, and really doing your best to keep your channel going. There are some small channels that YouTube does recommend all the time to me. One of those was Dash right before she blew up. So it's really strange sometimes, and those that tell you how to go viral and what to do. LOL. Okay, you know what? Since you mentioned that, right? Since you mentioned that, I've never received that as a recommendation. I always get recommendation from big channels that are advising small channel content creators. I guess because my search has been related to that at the very early, like since months that I became a content creator. I'm turning 4 months in December 27 to be exact. I think for the past months, I've been just searching on um, effective ways to create thumbnail, description, and so on and so forth. So that's the recommendation that I get. But yeah, to your point, Isabella, is it makes me wonder, when does YouTube really recommend my channel? So let me ask you guys, when you search using your own device, when you search for your channel, where do you see yourself? Let's say you search sales tips. For me, I search sales tips. Let's say using my phone, right? When I see the recommendation from YouTube, when I search sales tips on that search panel, my channel will be somewhere middle or somewhere towards below. There's probably going to be 10 to 15 videos before I see mine. So sometimes I wonder, is it because I'm searching using my device? Or is it something different if I would actually have, let's say, a family member and say, can you search sales tips, and can you see where YouTube position my channel, or yeah, my channel specifically? So you can actually check it out yourself as well as a fellow content creator. You might want to check out, like, okay, ask your husband, your wife, your partner, your sister, whoever you're with, and say, hey, can you just check? Let's say your niche is Bible reading, right? Bible reading. And then let's see if your channel will come as the fifth, as the sixth, or as the 15th recommendation by YouTube. It's just really something that makes me so curious, and whenever I search through my device, which I believe is registered on YouTube as the device I'm using when I create content, it belongs to me. In other words, I'm sure there's ways for them to figure that out. I always see mine always in the mid or almost down below, and it sucks to see that. Um, I've never tried that before. Interesting. It's like Amazon. Do you get first page or not? Yeah, yeah. So like I said, um, it's really, I think, in general for today's live stream, right? I just want to talk about. I've mentioned a lot of tips and my personal take. I think we just really have to continue focusing on the areas we have control of, which I've said at the very beginning. In summary, I've talked about um, timestamp on live stream, timestamp on long form videos. I'm just kind of touching this again for those who was not here since the very beginning of the live stream. Focus on the things you have control of as small channels rather than focusing on the likes, the subscribe, the thumbnail, sorry, the watch hours and all these things, that algorithm, that we are always frustrated because we don't have control of that. We think we do, but we don't have control of that. So have you actually done live stream? If you do, have you done thumbnails on your live stream? Have you done timestamps on every videos you've created? If you haven't, it may require a lot of work, but it will be worth it, in my opinion. Even my live stream, I timestamp my live stream for two reasons. I want to make sure my viewers know what to expect from that live stream because it's lengthy. I want them to see first what are the topics in that live stream and have them to judge or decide which of the chapters resonates to them, and then they would check out my live stream. And the second reason why I do that is for my own tracking of the topics that I was able to talk about. And then when I reflect on, okay, on that live stream, like this one and the previous, they are connected. This is the part two of the previous live stream. When I do my timestamp after this video, it will give me another indication of, okay, oh, okay, I actually should, next live stream, I should add on the other areas I've experienced as a small channel that I've not talked about on the past two live stream. So this is one of an example of an initiative that I have as a small channel that I want to share to small content creators. Um, I'm not going to talk to you about creating a title, the description, the thumbnail. They all say that. But what I can share to you is something very uncommonly, it's not spoken so much, is the timestamp on every video that create, because it's really allowing you to create more good contents by knowing what you had created and knowing what you have not created. But at the same time, your viewers or the viewers who discover your channel or your existing subscribers will really know what to expect on each content. And I think once the subscribers who follow your channel, they see the consistency in your format, they see the consistency on the topics that you talk about, and if it resonates to them, you really build loyalty from your subscribers and you really build views from your subscribers. I don't know exactly the numbers, but let me share with you. I've seen the increase of subscribers watching my content. You know how when you go to your analytics, you will see how generally there's more non-subscribe watching my content versus the subscribe who watch my content. That's just on every video. That's like a standard thing. Comment if this happened to you as well. So what I've noticed is there's been a growth in terms of views from my existing subscribers. What do I feel about that? I feel that it's a process for subscribers in my channel who really subscribe based on my content that resonates to them, or content that helps them with their job, or contents that they really need. So, for example, if that is actually the case for them, I believe that the whole timestamp on the chapters, or the timestamp on each videos, if they say, oh my gosh, that video is something I can use for work, and because there's timestamp on every video, the next videos that I create, long form or live stream, I believe that those subscribe members, they're probably watching more of my videos because they've seen how organized it is. They've seen how okay, there's the title, there's the thumbnail, there's the description. But if there's no timestamp, it can be a puzzle for them to sort out. Is a puzzle for them to guess. And a lot of times they might not have time to go through the entire video, and they don't have enough patience to go through the video. But if you have a timestamp, generally it helps them to really know what to expect on that video, long or live stream. Hello. Oh, hello, dear. Just subscribe. Her Glory Hair Care. Hi. Where are you watching from? Thanks for joining our community. Please be active on the community tab. We welcome every single subscriber here. And if you're a fellow content creator, please type your, share to us what's the nature of your channel so that we can subscribe and we can help each other grow. But I'm glad that you found this community because we're all in this together. I love this. You are building a community. Oh, thank you, Isabella. I really do. I really feel like this is the only way to go for small channels. So yeah, like I said, going back to the thumbnail, sorry, to the timestamp, I'm just going to reiterate this again because this is a very good reminder for all of us. If you've never done timestamp on any of your long form video or live stream, work on it and do it. It will be worth your time. And when you do the timestamp, don't just put tip number 1 or strategy number 1. Really put like maybe like not really a sentence, but more like a description. Like for me, for example, if I say, let's say first timestamp on my video would say, understanding the needs of the client. So the viewer, if that is important for him or her, if that's a topic that is useful for the viewer, he or she will click on that particular chapter. But if I keep my video completely bare, it's like no timestamp. Let's say it's a 5-minute video. Let's say it's a 10-minute video. Let's say it's a live stream like this and I don't timestamp. I can guarantee you it wouldn't be so interesting for anyone to watch because who has time to guess what's in that video? So personally, I highly recommend small channels. This is not something they talk about so much in a lot of big channels, if you actually know what I mean. They only talk about repeatedly title, description, thumbnail, but they haven't really talked about this as a very beneficial thing or act, or this is very, very useful for every channel, especially small channels, because it really allows your subscribers or your new viewers or someone who just bumped into your video to really get to know what's in your channel and really sell your product. You're practically selling that content. When you're selling a content, it needs description, it needs to be clear, it needs to be um, very attractive to the consumer or to the buyer. But if I keep it blank and there's no timestamp, and all I give is a title and a thumbnail, I probably don't have a lot of chances for this accidental viewer to explore my channel. So if you've actually not done any timestamp, please do it. It's actually very, very useful. What is the best way to approach timestamp? Do you put those in after you record or have a plan before recording? That's a good question, Isabella. Personally, if I record a video, okay, so basically I plan my video, right? So let's say if I'm doing there's two things here. If I'm doing a normal long form video, let's say one sales training video, let's say I'm giving 10 tips. Of course, I have a notes for that. I have my index card where I basically write down in bullet points what are the tips I'm giving. And as you can see, my format, then I talk about it and I freestyle and I express myself and share my training without a script. But there's bullet points in there. So when I do a timestamp for that particular video, I refer to my bullet points as my timestamp. So what I do is I watch again the video from the beginning before I publish. So then that's when I really create my timestamp and I make sure that that's the wordings I want for that timestamp. If that answers your question. So I basically use my bullet points as reference to when I'm creating a timestamp, and I put that after I recorded the video, and that is before I publish it on YouTube. Now, if it's a long form video, right? If it's a long form video, what I typically do is it's a long content, right? Like my previous live stream. I do the same. I will rewatch the entire video. And of course, I have notes. I have notes on my phone. I basically prepared also the topics that I want to share, and I freestyle explain my own words. And of course, in between live stream, there's question and answer. So then I really watch the whole video again from top to the end and just pick a specific chapter that I feel is very significant for my viewers, and that would guide them what's in this content. Yeah. So really, there's so much benefit on doing timestamp. You really should do it, whether you're a big channel or small channel. But I think a small channels, this will benefit us to be discovered. This will give a good impression to those what I call accidental viewers, like someone who just bumped into our video, and for them to have a good impression about our channel, about our video, that it's organized and they know what to expect. And if this is something that resonates to their job and their life and their lifestyle, this is something they really want and they really need, they would come back and watch more videos. So I really highly recommend uh, doing timestamp on long form and live stream. So speaking of that, do you guys do shorts? Is there anyone here who are doing shorts? And the reason for asking that is because, again, another tip I want to share with you, if you've missed the first live stream, I talk about this also, which is creating shorts for the purpose of promoting my long form videos. So I don't spend um, more than 30 seconds, maximum of a minute when I do shorts, because I only use that to promote my long form videos. So in other words, again, everyone is different. Some people are finding success in doing shorts, but really talking about already the content of their topic through the shorts, and some are using that for promotion, meaning promoting the long form video. For me, that's what I do. I really do my shorts to promote my long form video. So small channels, if you've never done this is something you should consider, because being a small channel, the biggest challenge is discovery. That's our biggest challenge. And those big channels, they're discovered, they're on top of the recommendation, every search. They don't need to do all this. They don't need to work so hard like us. And that's why we have to work double time not against any competitor, but really doing all the works that we can in order for us to be discovered. The more discovered we are, the more exposure we get, the more chances of us getting through all the challenges of views, the number of views, subscribers, and the watch hours. So we're almost reaching the end of today's live stream, but of course, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Again, in summary, today's topic, we talked about timestamp on live stream videos and long videos, talk about collaborating with channels and why we should collaborate, not purely for views and subscription. We talk about that. We also talk about reviving dead videos. These are all going to be on the timestamp, so I'm kind of breaking it down for you guys based on my notes. And of course, I talked about earlier also what's your financial goal before monetization and after monetization, really discovering what other skills you have that you can use YouTube to showcase, what other offers you have, um, in order for you to not just worry so much about getting monetized on YouTube because it's an uphill battle. And we know that I can speak for myself. I have 1,000 something subscribers, but my view hours is 300 something. I think I'm not sure how long it's going to take for me to get there, but I have a business plan, and I'm using YouTube as a vehicle for me to promote my small business. So another topic on the video again was to talk about, ask yourself, what else can you actually make use of your channel in order for you to create a business while waiting for you to be monetized, while being monetized. If you are monetized, what other skills or what other products you can sell from your channel? And somebody mentioned at the beginning, Servant's Heart, she talked about writing a workbook about her Bible study. So this is something great for me. I have my sales coaching. I'm done with my website, just finishing touches on the landing page. I'll share with you guys once the website is done. And on that website, you will find 11 courses that I offer. So yes, I care about getting monetized on YouTube. Yes, I care about succeeding on YouTube, but I know that it takes time. And while that takes time, I also need to think about where else can I use my energy based on my knowledge and my passion in order for me to get monetized in other forms before YouTube is able to do that for me. So, also another topic from today, why you should continue making great contents. Okay, why you should continue making great contents after monetization and before monetization. So this is also another topic that I would like to touch on before we close today's live stream. I think my biggest take is to really continuously create quality content on every video, whether you're monetized or not monetized. And the reason for that is we know that getting to get passing the monetization stage, right? Like the 4,000 watch hours and the 1,000 views, 1,000 subscribers. Let's say you hit that tomorrow. You're still not monetized because the views from tomorrow onwards will dictate how you're going to be monetized on YouTube. So let's be clear that even if you get monetized, the challenge is that's just the first challenge. The bigger challenge is the videos you had created. Are there going to be more viewers of those videos? Are there going to be more watch hours on those videos? So the goal, or my advice to my fellow small content creator, is it can be very disheartening to be not monetized, to be producing content for free right now, to be not having enough likes, enough views, but just really focus on creating more and more good contents because once you are officially monetized, I think, at least for myself, that's what I think, that's what I tell myself. At least when I'm officially monetized, the possibility of more viewers discovering my channel would equate to more views and more watch hours because my content is awesome. My content has a lot of value for them. So I can also be lazy and say, okay, I'm not monetized. I'll just create whatever content, whatever I feel like. Or I'm going to create content that does not have a lot of impact to my potential viewers. So my take on that is just keep creating quality content. Create contents as if you are already monetized. That's what I say to myself all the time. I'm creating content as if I'm getting paid for them already. Because when I do that, my focus is now on once I'm monetized, people who will discover my channel, they're going to love it. They're going to find value in it and they're going to watch it. And then I'm going to get a lot of monetization. I'm going to get a lot of ads. And you never know if there's one viewer who happened to bump into your channel and say, look, I think I want to give this lady a job, or I think I want to give this lady a position in my company, or I think I want to hire her to do this project for someone I know who's looking for the exact candidate who has her qualification. Does that make sense, guys? So, really, don't focus so much on getting monetized because we know that it's like waiting for Christmas in 2030. It's still a long time. So why not focus on creating really good content? Keep creating good content. I think that's my biggest passion as a small channel. And it's almost like, okay, let me be very honest with you. I reached the point when I check my YouTube studio and I don't have a single view improved from the day before. It's almost like I reached the point where I really don't care anymore how many views. I'm not monetized, so I don't really care about that. I'm just going to keep creating good contents, and that's all I have control of. And that helps me mentally feel less disheartened, feel less discouraged, feel like quitting YouTube. Because if we keep focusing our energy and our mind on the criteria that is so hard to reach, we're going to quit as fast as, I don't know, tomorrow. So really take my advice on that, focus your energy on creating really good contents and producing good contents. Be a good producer, make a lot of good contents for your future viewers when you are already monetized, and produce really good contents for potential business opportunities that will discover you on YouTube. Yes, I so understand everything you're saying. Hi, Pumpkin. Glad you can make it. So yeah, it's really difficult. It's a difficult journey, but if we focus on, I'm gonna create really good contents. That's all. Isabella, I don't really use my analytics like I should. I pay attention to the watch hours, but even that has decreased lately. I just want to focus on getting better with each video. I agree. I agree 100%. Um, I don't also focus on my analytics so much. I think I check on I focus on the demographics. When I go on my analytics, I check the viewers' location, just so I can understand whether there's some locations that require um, subtitles. Have you guys, speaking of that, have you guys ever explored the subtitles or the language selection on YouTube, where if you check on your analytics, for example, and you have viewers from China or viewers from Germany who are non-English speaking, then you can actually check on your demographics and then check which country. I always focus on the top, who are the top, let's say, significant viewers, right? So from the significant viewers, you can say, okay, like for me, majority of my viewers are from the US. So whenever I try to create a live stream, I try to really cater on the US time zone because majority of them are from that region, right? And of course, thankfully, English, easier for me, easier for me to express myself as well. But I also had viewers that has spiked up last week or 2 weeks ago from Indonesia. So if I see them coming to my channel frequently and I can see on analytics what language, on your analytics, you can see also the language. Are your viewers usually requiring subtitles or no subtitles? I check on this part because that allows me to really understand um, my viewers. Okay, would this be a bunch of viewers that would require sub English subtitles because they're not necessarily English speaking country, but they're interested on my content. So pumpkin, mine are from US, Canada. That's why I'm changing my time. I'm going back to daytime. Yeah, that's smart. Really, really understanding your viewers, not just on um like, okay, yeah, your views, how many views, but also understanding the location. You can also see the gender and the age group. I also kind of check on that as well, and I notice, okay, sales in general, there's more um female salespeople, at least during my time. But I guess there's other industries where there's a lot of male salespeople as well, like those who are selling software, those who are selling insurance and stuff like that, cars. So there's really another factor you can look into is your demographic and, of course, the gender of your viewers, just to basically more or less understand, and the age group. I check on that, the age group, the gender, the location. So really check out those information because that would help you to plan your next live stream and plan your next long form videos and really finding, the right audience for yourself. Candle. Oh, we have a new guy here. New lady, Candle Move 40, the new YouTuber here trying to grow. Hi, welcome to our channel, to our community where we're all small and trying to grow. Please be welcome to join our community. This is a channel, a community for small channels that are trying to learn from each other. And we don't want to talk about title, description, thumbnail, because we all have been watching all those from many videos already. And so we just want to learn practical examples or experience from one another. So join us, Kendall. Thanks for joining us. Again, I'm curious, how did you find about this live stream? You're not a subscriber. How did you get to know this live stream? So yeah, so really understand the demographics. Let me check on my notes again if there's something, since I'm summarizing what we covered. Reviving dead videos. Okay. I have revived dead videos myself, my dead videos. So let me touch on that. Also, Candle, it popped up. So welcome. So let me just touch on this real quick. One of the habits that I shared on today's live stream, which I personally have done, is I revive my dead videos. I'm 4 months old, coming to 4 months old channel. I'm 92 videos. So what I do is I go back to my early videos or videos that I considered dead. When you say dead, it's basically no growth on views. And small channels, we know our viewers, we know the number of views at the back of our head, right? So what I recommend for you guys is to check on your old videos that you feel was stagnant, did not have any views, did not have any growth. Go back to those dead videos. What I do, I look at the thumbnail like a professional YouTuber now. So let me give you an example. When I go back to my first month, all my videos on my first month, I look at those thumbnail and I tell myself, I'm not going to click on this video. The thumbnail is so lame. The thumbnail is not sending a message. The thumbnail is not triggering for me to click. You know why? Because I was new then. I had no experience. I had so little experience at that point on my first month as a YouTube content creator. So that's my example of reviving your dead videos. So I go back to those videos. I rework on those videos. I use Canva and I redone my thumbnail, and then I go to the description. What did I put here? Then I look at it. I'm like, that's so amateur. I gotta redo it. So I redid the description, and then I also go to the title. So I experiment on these three things: the title, the thumbnail, description, on my dead channel, on dead videos, not dead channel, on my dead videos. Isabella, I've never thought about that, reviving my dead videos. I just assumed that was that for them. Yes, we have to revive our dead videos because this is my take. People who viewed our video today, who did not pay any interest, the next batch of people who will bump into our videos are not the same people anymore. It's kind of like I did not give a good impression on that meeting, but I have another chance to give a better impression. So why not I make myself prettier? Why not I wear something nicer? Why not I do my makeup better? Something like that. So really, really understand that you need to learn to revive your dead video, and you know your dead videos. So Kendall, thanks for joining. She said she's learning. Please, if you have time, the previous live stream talked about that was the part one. There's a lot of really good points there as well that you can use. I personally love that first video. That's why I'm motivated to make the second live stream. Check out the live stream before this. I guarantee you, since you're a new channel and you say, if you're telling me you like this content, you're going to learn a lot from that as well. Going back again to reviving your dead videos, Isabella, your thumbnails are amazing. It just became amazing because of experience. But again, my first few thumbnails on my first month, they were not that good. So really make an effort, conscious effort to go through your dead videos. Look at it like, would I actually click this video if it's not me? Would I actually click this video? And when you tell yourself, not really, then you can consider really changing your thumbnail, title, and description. And the good thing about YouTube is you can redo it over and over again. So I set an alarm on my phone. I revive my dead channel again. I stopped doing it for a while, but now I start to do it again because there's no movements on my views. I actually start doing it once every week, because if a video has not been viewed by a single person, then maybe I need to revive it. So that's just my take. I revive my video once a week. Um, Another part of this on the timestamp for this live stream is also second channel. I talked about earlier about considering, is it actually a good idea to consider a second channel if your channel has not been making any progress after X number of months? Because if you feel that, okay, it's been 3 months, it's been 4 months, maybe it's too soon to really decide to quit. Maybe it's too soon to judge if your channel is going to take off or not. But maybe it's not a bad idea to think about, maybe I can actually experiment is the word. Maybe I can experiment on the second channel where it will be kind of like a sub niche to my niche, or it could be something that I'm interested to try just to test how the viewers would be. Let me tell you why I thought about the second channel. I thought about second channel because once that niche, that different niche or a sub niche has been discovered by a certain group of YouTube viewers, they will also have an opportunity to discover my first channel, right? And maybe from that, it would grow and it would branch into more viewers, more subscribers, and more discovery. So, this is something, again, I thought about this at the back of my mind. It could be something you've been considering, it could be something you haven't considered, but it could be something that is worth thinking about. At least, at least think about it. Ask yourself, am I ready to create a second channel, or is it actually an opportunity for me to consider a second channel in 2025? The beauty is you can do a vlog. If you're doing education like myself, maybe I can consider something like a vlog video, or maybe I can do something related to my niche, like kind of like a sub niche. So depends on your channel. You can have a look as well and review and evaluate your channel. Now, um, another part of today's live stream is the Facebook community for small channels to connect and to find collaboration outside YouTube. I'm a big fan of collaboration. Again, for the benefit of the few ladies who just joined in at the end of today's live stream, I just want to stretch a bit and talk about this because this is something really, really important for me as a channel, as a small channel and a YouTube content creator. I think if you explore Facebook groups that are catering to small channels, what I mean by small channels is, I don't know, what is a small channel? For me, small channels, number one, of course, you're not monetized. You just have few thousand, no, not few thousand. You have 1,000 subscribers, and then you're far away from the view hours or vice versa. So I find that if you are joining Facebook groups, or if you join the Facebook groups of content creators, this is a good way also to network and to find collaboration. I've experienced this myself. I've joined one Facebook group. There's so many I joined in. I joined one Facebook group, and this lady, we found each other, we connected, we found chemistry with each other, and she guested me on her podcast. There's this American lady from Boston. She guested me on her podcast. She's also in sales. She's also doing sales in her business and all that. So her audience is similar to what I do. And she invited me to do a podcast with her. And I am so happy for that experience. And from that point, I'm very sure that when the podcast will come out, it's yet to come out. I'll share with you guys once the podcast is released. I'm very sure that from her podcast audience, she obviously will mention my channel. And who knows, maybe there's one subscriber from that podcast pool that she has from her audience. But what I'm trying to say here is get out of the YouTube platform in terms of finding collaboration. Get out of YouTube. There's other ways to collaborate. And number one, you can actually consider is join Facebook groups, proactively seek for collaboration, and see who can actually guest you on their podcast or who you can guest on your live stream or on your live stream is the best to collaborate with someone like in a format of interview. And that's the way to collaborate, guys. So don't just be fixated on collaboration as a YouTube content creator within YouTube. Yeah, so please check it out, because to me, I found that very interesting, and I enjoyed the podcast. And I think, again, I can only imagine that it would only be a good thing to have done that. So check out some Facebook groups. I created a Facebook group for small content creator. It's not busy. I don't know why there's no traffic in there, but I'm okay with that. I created that for that purpose. And whoever joins, joins. And hopefully, in a year time, when this channel has grown and has been discovered by many small channels, then we can use that as a way to really connect and collaborate. But for now, I'm so happy to see you guys collaborating, exchanging subscription, exchanging messages in my community, because that's what my channel is also about. Like I said earlier, when I see new subscribers or someone who just joined the community, please feel welcome to promote your channel. Find connection with someone in here that you want to collaborate with, because it's a win-win situation and we're all on the same page. Okay, let me see. Okay, now Pumpkin. Majoy, wouldn't having a second channel affect you when you get monetized? I just see it happen to the New Zealand family and other channels. Less than 1,000 subs. That's what I hear anyway. I found you, Sunshine. I subscribe. Thank you. Pumpkin, thank you. I can you link your channel here? For some reason, I can't find you. So find each other. Please post your link, your channel link on the group chat right now. And I'm sure everyone will click subscribe and support each other. And again, ultimately, the success of small channels, it's really collaboration. The subscription is one thing. To get 1,000 subscribers is one thing, but the watch hours is a killer. And we know that. So I think the most important thing to do is to really find collaboration within and outside YouTube. Like I said, my experience, I joined Facebook group and I was able to collaborate and guested on a podcast. And I can only imagine that would be a good exposure for my business and for myself. Yeah. Okay. So let me just go through my list. If there's anything I missed, like I said, this will be on the timestamp. I'll make sure this live stream will have a timestamp. And okay, another topic from today's live stream, which will be on the timestamp as well. What's your financial goal after or before monetization on YouTube? What is your financial goal before you get monetized and after you get monetized on YouTube? This is something you can reflect on as well. Each content creator has their own skill, has their own forte, and something they can sell to the audience. You know, were you a writer? Were you a teacher? Do you write books? Do you have passion on conducting training online? Whatever it is, also worth thinking about for 2025 is, how can I actually get monetized, or what is my financial goal to get monetized outside YouTube, and using YouTube as your vehicle to promote your brand. So again, I know that we have someone like Isabella. We talked about this last time. You can consider writing a book because you have so much knowledge as well. For those who do vlog, I think my take, if I'm doing vlog, I've mentioned about creating a playlist on your channel, organizing your playlist. So if you're doing a vlog, this is just my suggestion. Okay. If I'm doing vlog contents, this is what I will do. I'll create my playlist. Let's say on my playlist, you'll find travels in Alaska, travels in Minnesota, travels in Mexico, travels in Asia. Because when you organize your playlist that way, because it's a vlog, your viewers are able to, who's interested on traveling to Thailand, for example, or traveling to Mexico, I believe that when they search that on YouTube, there's a chance that the algorithm can capture your playlist referring to travels in Mexico. Because unlike educational content. Like, for example, myself, there's a specific topic. Let's say sales training for small business owner. And then the next one will be sales training for telemarketer, right? So it's already specific by itself. Without me being specific on my playlist, it's already specific by itself, by the content. But vlogs, there's a lot of elements on vlogs. You're walking, or you're talking about you're in the supermarket, or you're going for a mountain hike and you're doing a vlog about that, or you're visiting a farmer's market and stuff like that. So I think my advice is to really make sure that on your playlist you put this into boxes of playlist according to location, so that your viewers are also able to go to a certain playlist that interests them most. And at the same time, those non-subscribed and viewers who are just discovering your channel through algorithm, they know exactly where to find you based on, or they know exactly what to watch, sorry, from your video or from your channel based on your playlist. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? Please feel free. I'm enjoying to see that everyone is interacting and exchanging links to their channel. Please feel free to do that. And again, for the new subscriber, I think we have two new ladies who joined in today. Welcome to the community. Please check out the community section all the time. I'm pretty active posting some information there. And I really appreciate to see interaction between members in the small community and making sure everyone is supporting each other. Because at the end of the day, I've said this before, big channels don't really care about small channels, and that's just the way it is. You can't expect a big channel to raise their hand and say, hey, small channels, I want to subscribe on your channel. I want to view your videos, because they don't need us. They really don't. They need us to watch their videos, to give them views and likes and subscribe for that purpose. But they don't really need us as much as, I mean, they don't really need to collaborate with small channels like us. And that's a fact we have to accept. So in summary, in conclusion, that's how I'm going to leave today's live stream. And that's why I'm hoping that this episode of live stream for small communities, or small channels in this small community, will be able to gather and just really talk about topics and tips that none of them really talk about, because these are practical experiences of small channels. So if you don't have any more questions, or if you have questions, please feel free to let me know. I'm enjoying today's live stream. It's as interactive as the first one. So I think it's giving me a signal to do a part 3 as soon as I gather some really helpful tips, as I gather some really smart ideas. I would do the third live stream perhaps after Christmas. So wherever you guys are watching me, I have actually created a poll on the community tab. If you've missed that, please go to it. It's actually you voting specifically what industry you're in and what topic you're in. I know that this live stream is consists of a lot of content creators, more than salespeople who are watching the video. But if you are actually also doing sales outside YouTube, if you have a small business, I did just record small business tips for small business. Um, and that video will be published the day after tomorrow, because I just want to give this live stream a bit of a spot to be discovered by a small content creator. And then the other videos, or the sales training videos, will be published on the day after tomorrow. So if you have no more questions, I just want to say thank you guys for joining today's live stream. I enjoyed it as much as you all did. I appreciate the new girls or the new guys who've joined us. I hope you continue joining this community, connect with each other. This is what this live stream is about. It's about you more than it's about me. It's about the whole small content creators trying to connect and really finding ways to collaborate and just sharing little things that I feel has worked for me and will work for other small channels. So I really thank you guys for sticking around. I hope you're all set for Christmas. It's still a whole week to go. A lot of us are still working. So if you don't have any more questions, again, I appreciate you sticking around. Thanks again. And I still see there's two more that has joined. Thanks for joining today's live stream. Again, please give me just a few hours to complete the live stream timestamp in case you want to go back to those specific topics. So I'm going to get on that as soon as I can tonight. So it's almost 7 p.m. in Germany. So gonna get ready for the night. Gonna feed the kids after today's live stream. I really enjoy it. I hope you guys have a very good day. And thanks again for joining. Please, if you know any small channel creators who could benefit from today's live stream, share the link. Maybe this is helpful for them. The objective is to help. And thanks a lot for joining today's live stream again. Have a good day, everyone, especially our folks from the US. Have a good day, and wherever you're watching, thanks again. And I'll see you on the next live stream. Bye for now.